Hey guys, I'm Gamer back here for the video, guys. Today, we'll be looking at the quarterback abilities for Madden 20. Now, I know I'm a little bit late to the party for this one. My bad on that one. But again, we will be taking a look at all 5 quarterbacks and all 5 of their abilities. Now, again, if you guys are new to Madden 20, anything about Madden 20, pretty much what's happening is last year we had abilities in Ultimate Team, Red Chems as people called them. This year, no longer, they're not an Ultimate Team. Now these are assigned to certain players, and these will be in Ultimate Team and in regular squads or regular playing, stuff like that. So the actual player has an ability. So we have Patrick Mahomes starting off right away. Of course, he is a cover of Madden 20. He is very, very, very loved in Madden 20. And that's going to start off with his perk, which is going to be, I'm going to call it perks, but they're called abilities, and it's going to be Bazooka. Now, what does Bazooka do? Let's go ahead and take a look at what this says. Max throwing distance increased by over 15 yards. Generational arm strength. Max throw distance is increased to 80 yards when in the zone. Trigger conditions, 5 completed passes over 40 yards. And finally, knockout conditions is you take 1 sack. So, if you guys have not played the beta of Madden 20, pretty much what happens is your little player will get a little fire icon underneath of his the little circle underneath of him. He'll get a little fire icon, and that usually means when the player is active, the ability is active, and he's going to be able to do exactly what you see. But if you do take 1 sack, that is no longer a thing, and that ability goes away. So for that, until you complete the trigger conditions, which is 5 completions, passes of over 40 yards. So once you trigger his ability, you're able to go ahead and do that. Next guy we have here is going to be Russell Wilson coming in. Of course, he does also have, he actually has the Blitz Radar ability, which is kind of cool. Take a look at what this is actually looking like. This ability highlights extra blitzers after the ball is snapped. Defensive recognition, extra blitzers that are not defensive linemen are highlighted during the play. Trigger conditions, 5 scrambles of over 10 yards. Knockout conditions, takes 1 sack. So if we go ahead and take a look back for Mr. Patrick Mahomes, you are seeing real fast that these abilities are based on the actual player. So for example, obviously, like it would be, but for example, Patrick Mahomes' best ability or best thing about him is to sit in the pocket and dot you up, right? He throws the ball without looking. He dots people up without looking. He's able to really just use his arm to his advantage, like a bazooka, to throw a 60-yard pass to Tyreek Hill, throw an 80-yard pass to Tyreek Hill, stuff like that. And that's something that, you know, is his best ability. So these abilities are taking the best quality about that player and adding even more to that player. So for example, like the Max Bazooka for Mr. Patrick Mahomes, and of course for the scrambling ability of Russell Wilson. Even though Russell Wilson's a great quarterback, beyond his scrambling ability, what really made him amazing and makes him amazing is his ability to maneuver around the pocket. Even when he had a bad offensive line, he's able to maneuver around, get, you know, away from blitzers and actually dot people up. So very fitting that he does have a 5 scrambles over 10 yards, which is his trigger condition. His knockout is take 1 sack. So far, the first 2, the conditions that would knock out the ability would be if you do allow yourself to get sacked, which of course that, you know, messes with the quarterback, messes with everything. So next year, pretty much the ability for the quarterback to, you know, if he gets sacked or if he's able, or if he gets pressured anyway, it's going to mess up a lot of things by a quarterback. So makes sense. Next one we have is going to be the best quarterback, obviously playing right now, Tom Brady. And he does have the Pro Reads ability. Now this Pro Reads ability highlights the first open receiver while in the pocket. Keeps the chains moving. The first open receiver is highlighted from inside the pocket when in the zone. Trigger conditions is 3 consecutive completed passes, and knockout condition takes 1 sack. So again, like we are seeing with every single one of these, this is pretty much as I just mentioned. I'm not trying to repeat myself, but take 1 sack is going to probably be the same knockout condition for every single one of these players. It's the same one. So 3 consecutive passes, you dot them up 3 times in a row. Now with that in mind, it probably is at 3 consecutive passes period. So you could probably throw 3 passes to your running back out of the backfield. Then if you wanted to on 4th down, you have this ability triggers, activates, and you just dot them up by highlighting the first open receiver is highlighted from inside the pocket. So kind of cool, kind of interesting. I don't know how OP this is going to be when it, in next year's game. Obviously, the first day of Madden 20, the first day of every Madden, there's a patch that comes out that kind of fixes the game in a way. It fixes issues that happen in the game. So, for example, when the game first comes out, there's going to be a lot of glitches. There's going to be people exploiting a lot of things. There's going to be an opening patch. Now, the opening patch could either do great things or it could break the game. It could completely just ruin the game depending on what ends up happening. I think there probably will be a patch for this type of stuff, for this game, for this abilities. That's what I'm starting to think about. Alright, so next one we have here is going to go ahead and be Big Ben Roethlisberger. We have pro reads, so exact same as Mr. Tom Brady. He has the exact same ability, which is pro reads. Highlights the first open receiver while in the pocket, keeps the chain moving. The first open receiver is highlighted. Again, exact same thing as Mr. Tom Brady. So 3 consecutive passes in a row, dot them up 3 times. 4th down, you do that. Obviously, you don't have to. You could do a 3 slant routes, get 3 first downs, and then on that 4th first down, you just go ahead and get this ability to activate. Now, what it doesn't say is how long the ability activates for. Playing the beta, I didn't really kind of test this or really sit down and try to figure this out. I'm guessing it probably is going to activate for just 1 play. If it doesn't, then it would be more than 1 play, but I kind of wonder about that. I didn't test out on the beta. I did see on 1 play on the beta, I saw the little fire icon underneath of Patrick Mahomes, but I don't remember if that was more than 1 play. Nonetheless, though, we do have our last and final quarterback, and that's going to be Mitchell Andrew Luck coming in with the pro reads. So there will probably be more quarterbacks than just these top 5 quarterbacks with abilities, but of course, these are just the top 5 in the league, and of course, their abilities. Actually, we have Aaron Rodgers. I believe they showed off Aaron Rodgers' ability. I believe on a live stream or something. Because we got Aaron Rodgers, we got Drew Brees that they're not showing off. And again, I'm pretty sure they showed off those guys in live stream. So that might be why they're not showing them off on this EA post. But I'm pretty sure they showed off those guys. We do have those guys, obviously, best quarterbacks. We have Deshaun Watson, who in my opinion is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So going to be interesting to see what their abilities are. Again, playing the beta, I did not look at every little detail just because of the fact I was really trying just to play as much gameplay as possible. With the game, being really polished, I wouldn't say this beta being polished because the game comes out on July 31st. I really just wanted to see, how polished it was and how great it was. And I didn't really focus on abilities. Nonetheless, with that being said, I do want to talk about one more thing before this video does end, is that I was going through the solo challenges today, and I might be completely late on this, and I've not been, keeping up with every solo added to Ultimate Team. But if you guys do go to, I believe it's the last journey, there was a solo challenge at the very end that's 100,000 coins for like a full 4 quarters, 15-minute quarters for 15-minute quarters, all 4 quarters. I do not recommend doing that solo challenge, but if you do, or you're very desperate for coins and you have nothing else to do, it is 100,000 coins, and to be honest, it is on arcade mode, so you can probably complete that in about like 30-45 minutes. So, just one more side note before I end this video, I just want to tell you guys, I saw it and I was like, at first I didn't even know it was in the game. I looked on EA's post. I didn't see them post anything about it. I looked at some other YouTubers' posts. I didn't see anyone post about it. So just want to go ahead and mention that if you guys are desperate for coins right now with Rookie Premier coming out, most likely July 4th, we'll probably get Rookie Premier, and obviously those players will be a tad bit expensive, around 300,000-400,000 coins each. So definitely something to keep in mind. It is 100,000 coins. Again, I'm not saying this late in the year should you be farming 15-minute quarters, but again, if you have not saw that, go check it out. It's in the journey. It says like 101 solo challenges. It's right there. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.